Mount Shasta Retreat, May 23rd, 2019. Tavistock.
You'll be coming.
Can you hear from there? Can you hear? You can hear from there?
Yeah.
Okay. Namaskar. Human life is an ideological flow, a flow from crudity to subtlety, a flow from animal existence in a physical body to divine existence. When you are born into this world, into a physical form, that form is a form of the earth, an animal form. But due to the special capacity of that particular form, we call it human, meaning this animal form allows your awareness to move from identity with the basic needs of your animal existence, food, clothing, shelter, sleep, to self-inquiry, to awareness of the nature of your own existence, and through that, to the nature of the sublime, of the divine intelligence, which is the basis of the universe. When your attention, your awareness is on the material needs and you are existing, your awareness is functioning through receiving sensory input and expressing through the motor organs, your consciousness, your intelligence becomes immersed in the physical world. But when you close your eyes and you begin to think on a subject, you become immersed in the psychic world. Your mind gets absorbed into the psychic world, the world of thoughts and ideas, reason and logic. But then through Brahma sadhana, through bringing your attention and awareness to the most subtle and internal, you meet the divine, you meet the God within, you meet the Guru. And you become aware that there is something much more vast, much more profound than you have known in this world, in your thoughts, in your ideas, in your reason, in your physical form. Your awareness, your consciousness, your attention becomes focused on the sublime. And you experience the shower of infinite grace and love. You experience the presence of something holy, something more than your mundane existence. And as we have discussed earlier, once you open to this fully, this God, this divinity, the Sadguru, you cannot return to contentment with ordinary physical life and mental thoughts. They limit you, they confine you. The definition of self is too small. The love is too limited. You seek that love which is so vast, so great, that you experience in the shower of grace from your divine Guru. That becomes your shelter in the storm, your home of homes, that shower of grace, that infinite love. And when you surrender into that love, when you surrender into that grace, what is there? A love so deep it has no words. A light so bright you cannot bear to exist as an individual in the presence of that light. Vast, beyond forms, the Lord of love, makes the world seem dim by comparison to his brightness, to her love, to the infinite grace of the Divine One. The question asked for you to contemplate was, how serious are you? How deep is your commitment to that grace, to that beloved of your heart. Do you want to know Paramapurusha? Do you want to dissolve the barriers between you and your most beloved? The real barrier is the fact that you believe yourself to be a person, a me, an I, an individual that lives in a body, that has certain ideas, beliefs, sanskaras, is apart from others, apart from the rest of life. This fundamental belief in your separateness is the barrier that stands between you and the Lord of love, stands between you and your most beloved. Can you let it go? What if, for a moment, that which you call you is not? What if that which you call you, let it go? You let it go. What remains? The boundless love, the unconditional grace, the brilliant light of eternal being always is. And when this idea, this belief you have in this individual is dissolved, surrendered, at the lotus feet of that divine source of your being. When to the feet of the Sadguru you are willing to give, truly give, your own I feeling, your own belief in your separateness. What remains where you have stood? Is it not your most beloved in the form that you have thought to be yours? Does not the Lord of love occupy that form? Speak with that voice? Hear with those ears. And what are you surrounded by to see through those senses? Hear with those ears. But the Lord of Love, the Sadguru, the Infinite One, the inner divinity of all beings, the one eternal self alone exists. In all forms, the blade of grass is your beloved, the early dew on the blade, his sweet touch. The animals, the trees, the Mother Earth, the sky, all are the forms of the One. And when there is no one claiming to be apart from that most beloved, who resides where you have been? All forms resound, appearing, arising within the mind, within the being of eternal divinity, eternal love. All forms are the form of that one. Duality, a mirage, a belief in something that is separate from the whole. Let it go. Can you let it go? When you let it go, where is there that your beloved does not abide? Paramapurusha, that divinity is everywhere. The idea of you is only an idea. From whom has all form come? Who feeds and preserves all form and dissolves all form? Do you do that? Do you want to take credit? Let it go. It is a false assumption. The infinite, eternal, supreme consciousness alone exists. awaken from the dream, the belief in something other than reality. Some people say, when I return to the real world, this is the real world. The eternal, immortal self of all beings. The eternal, immortal, undying grace, love, consciousness, awareness, forming into countless forms in the earth, in the stars, in untold galaxies, universes, innumerable planets, uncountable living beings. That vast, immortal, eternal, infinite soul of the universe, that Purusha abides. Is it not a bit arrogant to think that you are somehow separate, different, apart? Can you find your heart, your dedication, your willingness to give up your most treasured possession, your sense of individuality, of separateness? Can you give it up? Can you feel the Guru in all his, in all her grace and wisdom abide in all forms, including yours? The dance of your sanskaras, of your past experiences and reactions, is danced within the mind of the Eternal One and is resolved in the mind of the Eternal One. You cannot resolve it. You are never going to solve all of your sanskaras. But you can do one thing. You can realize the illusion you have been working under, the false assumption that there is somehow someone separate operating your I feeling, your mind, your body, your senses, your life engagements, that somehow things belong to you This you, where does this idea of you come from? Where is this idea of me? Myself. Is it not the one self? You know, religions have taught it's heresy to think you are God. Even many yoga teachings say, you can be a devotee and you can do sadhana. But where do they say you can be Paramapurusha? You can be the Sadguru. You can be the truth you love. You can be the love you love. Are you willing to be a heretic? Give up these false notions that are collectively reinforced. And let go into the arms of your most beloved. Let go. Give up your false beliefs. Who runs this body that you have said is yours? Come from the earth, developed within the mind of that infinite beloved, the Lord of love, is infused all of the universe. All beings are born, arise, exist for a time, and dissolve in that most beloved Lord of love. Try it on for a time. Remember who resides in the form and in all forms. Are you willing to take the leap? Are you willing? To let go. To the most beloved of your heart. That grace is always falling. That grace of the divine, the Lord of love is always showering grace. What is his natural state, is your natural state. Don't fear. Don't fear. This love is your natural state. Not a high, a natural state of your being. Just let go. Let go of your beliefs in your separateness. And let that Lord of Love live where that idea of you has been. All right. Try it out for a time. It won't hurt you. Maybe you will like it. Maybe it's time. Yes.
So we do Dharma chakra.